In today's True Crime Tuesday, we're talking about two young women who went mysteriously missing in the 1970s.
And their bodies were found at Delray Beach, just 20 miles from Astoria. Our friends from the Murder in the Rain podcast have more.
Welcome back to True Crime Tuesday. Today we're sharing information about an unsolved double homicide of two Alaskan Native teenagers. In 1978, two young women were reported missing by the unappealingly named Tongue Point Job Corps Center in Astoria, Oregon. Astoria is a long way from Alaska, but in the 1970s, there was a big push to have Alaskan natives participate in Job Corps, which is why 19-year-old Teresa M. Krause and 18-year-old Elena Jacobs were placed there. There isn't a lot of personal background information available about Teresa and Elena. What we do know is that the girls were friends and they had unknown plans for a night out on May 20th, 1978. To leave the Job Corps campus, they obtained an evening pass. They were expected to return that night, but when bed checks were completed the following morning, it was noted the girls had not returned. Besides their absence, there was no sign they had run away. Their personal belongings remained in their quarters. Job Corps staff were alerted to their being gone after 24 hours, and then after 15 days, they were terminated from the program. It's unclear if a missing persons report was ever made regarding Teresa and Elena. There wasn't much Job Corps could do. Teresa and Elena were legal adults. They weren't required to stay there, and this was pre-internet 1970s. All of this information had their disappearance met with a shrug. The girls did not return home to Alaska. As the summer came to an end, they didn't return to Job Corps either. It wouldn't be until Sunday, December 3rd, 1978, that a discovery would be made at Delray Beach, 20 miles south of the Job Corps site in Astoria. That day, a man discovered something odd in the sand, but he didn't report it. While he thought he may have found a skull, it took him until the next day to report those findings. He couldn't believe he had come across a human body. At 10 p.m. on Monday the 4th, police were informed of the discovery and began to search the area. A body was found, and it was that of a young woman. She had been face down with her hands behind her back with a gag in her mouth. The next day, while the rest of the area was processed, another search was launched as it was believed this was the dumping site of Teresa and Elena. 2 minutes after that search began, a second body was found. Both bodies were taken to Portland for examination. On Thursday the 7th, the bodies were identified as those of Teresa Krause and Elena Jacobs. The exams showed Teresa had been stabbed at least 4 times. Decomposition did not allow for Elena's cause of death to be known or whether either of the women had been sexually assaulted. Teresa and Elena were known to be friends at Job Corps and were both referred to as shy-type girls. When they were murdered, Teresa and Elena were both about 5'2" and 130 pounds. Teresa wore round-rimmed glasses and had shoulder-length black hair, which she would sometimes wear in curls. Elena had waist-length black hair. It was also reported that, yes, the girls would travel together, but perhaps they weren't the best friends they were reported to be. If you have any information about Elena Jacobs or Teresa Krause, perhaps you were at the Tongue Point Job Corps Center at the time, or maybe you saw them or know anything about their murders, you are asked to call. Well, no one actually. Even on the Oregon State Cold Case website, there is a case number, but no department to call. So if you do have any information, you can leave a tip at crimestoppersoforegon.com.
There is a lot more to this story, so to hear all the details of the case, you can listen to our recent episode, Delray Beach Part 1, wherever you listen to podcasts. Thank you for watching and sharing Teresa and Elena's story. We'll be back next week with another True Crime Tuesday.
Remember, you can hear new episodes streaming weekly. Follow Murder in the Rain on social media and listen to their investigations wherever you get your favorite podcasts. Tune into AM Extra every Tuesday morning for a new local case.